More than 500 children in the state's care last year spent at least one night in an unlicensed state-run facility. That includes Child Protective Services caseworkers' offices, hotels, and other places you'd least expect. Tonight, our Yami Virhin shows us what one of those other places in Bexar County is really like, according to a whistleblower.
Institutionalized abuse. That is what federal judge Janice Jack says the Texas Department of Family Protective Services is doing to children without placement or CWAP under the care of Child Protective Services here in Texas.
People need to know that the system is failing these children, not just in the sense of education, but also medically and physically. And if they're supposed to be the guardian, the parent, the agency is failing these children and it's being brushed under the rug.
A whistleblower with the state who works with these children agreed to speak with us under a condition to protect their identity.
I think it starts at the top. I believe that it starts with the administration, with the legislator. They need to come down and communicate effectively with these workers who are the boots on the ground and actually see and spend a day, spend a week in their shoes and see how the agency is being operated, how these children are being placed in hotels, in emergency facilities, so they get a better glimpse of what's going on.
Last year, the Texas legislature passed a bill prohibiting CPS from housing children in offices. Now they're able to use alternative settings like hotels and leases for unlicensed facilities.
It's easy to make decisions sitting behind a desk when you don't know what's going on in reality, in real life, in real time.
Federal monitors in their most recent report to the court showed many instances where these alternative settings had numerous incident reports filed last year, like this one. Quote, 3 girls ran from a CWAP setting after meeting a 24-year-old male online and engaging in a sexually explicit video chat with him. SIRS, or Serious Incident Reports, also documented child-on-child sexual activity.
I believe there's inconsistency across the board with the lack of supervision, the lack of caseworkers. Caseworkers are being overworked as it is with the influx of cases that we're seeing and still having to do shift work at these emergency facilities. There's this large gap that's not being filled for these children in the sense of supervision because the state agency feels that because there's a staff on duty, that's not the case.
The federal monitors made a visit to one of these private facilities here on the south side of Bexar County. Arriving at that location, the team noticed the neighborhood is attached to another set of homes that are abandoned and appear to be in dangerous conditions, posing a possible safety risk to these children. One staff member here said the risk was, quote, significant to children in CPS custody, many of which have a history of running away, self-harm, and suicidal ideations. The monitors go on to say a neighborhood of unsecured abandoned homes could be used to self-harm. Fox San Antonio obtained the calls for service for this location from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Since September 9th of 2021, there were 43 calls for CPS kids running away from here. In November and December, 4 calls for sex offense of a child, including 1 on Christmas Eve, and 4 suicide attempts during that same time period. Judge Jack says she will give the state of Texas until May to make progress on her orders to overhaul the state's foster care system or face hefty fines. Yami Virhin, Fox News at 9.
We also have a copy of the Child Protective Services status report from last month. You can find that with this story on our website, foxsanantonio.com.